what's going on, guys? So I just saw Black Widow and it was okay. Okay, so firstly, this was a film that should have come out like ages ago. We should have gotten a Black Widow film instead of Captain Marvel.
Is that like a personal attack or something?
In fact, this film should have been made after her introduction in Iron Man 2. It's only after she dies in Endgame that Marvel decide, okay, now we'll do a Black Widow film.
What? Not a great plan.
But the thing is, yeah, even though this film is supposed to be about Natasha, she isn't really the focus of her own movie. It's more about her family and the Red Room, which is the assassin organization. If you are hoping to finally get an in-depth backstory on Natasha, you'll be disappointed. What you have here is basically Natasha and her sister Yelena on a mission to take down Dreykov, who is the boss of the Red Room, because Natasha thought that she killed him, but he's actually still around. Also, the Red Room sends in Taskmaster to hunt them down, but we'll get to him later. Alright, so I want to start with what's good. First of all, this film was directed by Kate Shortland, and for the most part, she did a good job. She mostly has done indie stuff before this film, and she definitely brought that indie style to this film, at least for the first act anyway. Without a doubt, the highlight of this film is Florence Pugh as Yelena. She's Natasha's sister and is going to be, you know, taking over her role in the MCU moving forward. And I gotta say, I really liked her in this movie. She was really cool and really funny. I mean, I really liked how snarky she was, like she's always making fun of the tropes that Natasha does. She brought some good dry humor to the film. And yeah, she also had some great action scenes. In fact, the action overall was pretty good. Scarlett Johansson as Black Widow was good as always. Rachel Weisz as Melina was okay, you know, she did her thing. And you know, the whole family dynamic was nice.
As the workers of salvation.
Family. But I'll be honest, guys. While I did enjoy the film, there were a lot of things that missed the mark. So you have Alexei, played by David Harbour, and he's supposed to be like this washed up Russian Captain America guy. And yeah, he's only really in this film to be a joke. I mean, he's a buffoon. And you know what? Maybe I'd give it a pass if I thought he was funny. But no, I didn't. It literally felt like I was watching Fat Thor from Endgame again, fam. Like, I'm sorry, it's just not funny to me. He doesn't even have an arc where he starts out washed up, but then gets his mojo back. But nah, besides like the flashbacks and the opening scene, he's pretty much a doofus throughout the whole thing.
It honestly feels like Alexei in the opening flashback and Alexei for the rest of the movie are two completely different characters, but I guess that's what they were going for.
The villains in this film were awful, probably up there as one of the worst in the MCU so far. You have Taskmaster, who's an agent who can mimic people's moves, and he also has the Avengers moves studied so he can copy them. You think that was set up for some interesting fight, but no, he doesn't really do much in the movie. I mean, he basically has no presence in the movie. His fights were very underwhelming considering what he can do, and he doesn't even have a personality. Like, he may as well be a robot, honestly. Also, the reveal of who is actually under the mask was also very underwhelming to me. The other villain, Dreykov, you know, the guy who the heroes are trying to get, he just felt so cliche and unmemorable to me. I mean, he's only in the movie in the third act, so even he doesn't have much to do either. He kind of just felt like a last-minute villain, if you know what I mean.
Damn it, you're weak. But it's easier to be tough in front of defenseless little girls, huh?
So yeah, overall the villains were just disposable villains, and especially the Taskmaster, who was a complete waste. In fact, speaking on the third act was definitely the weakest part of the film. I thought the first two acts were good, but the third act really didn't hit for me. It was a lot of CGI and it didn't really look that great. Like, you can tell when Scarlett Johansson was like on a green screen. The last act of the film also felt very convenient when it comes to solving situations. Like, if you've seen the movie, you will know that there are a lot of conveniences in the third act. Overall, guys, it felt like this film was really an afterthought and not really a film that Marvel really wanted to make. They were too late to make this film, and it just felt like they only made this so they can move forward with new characters rather than have a story that purely focuses on Natasha. It sucks that this movie was average to me because it had so much potential to be great. Like, it was fine, but I have no desire to ever like rewatch this again. The film has poor rewatchability. But that's just me though. I still recommend you see it. You might like it a lot more, it might live up to your expectations. But yeah, that's it from me. Make sure to follow me on Letterboxd to see my thoughts on other stuff that I watch, and also consider joining the online filmmaking course, Tomorrow's Filmmakers. Remember, if you sign up using my link in the description, it can also help me too. But yeah, that's been my review of Black Widow. If you enjoyed this review, make sure to like and subscribe. Have a good day, and God bless.